And we are back with some more LA Kings franchise mode, and in this one, we're going to get through the entire Year 8 simulation, including the playoffs, should we make them. I'm anticipating we will make the playoffs, just given, we still have our general core together, so I see no issues really as far as making the playoffs goes. We have a very competitive goalie tandem in Flaherty and Shesterkin, so we should have no issues getting in. It's the playoffs themselves that I'm kind of worried about, but we'll get to that when they come around. I'm also turning auto-rotate goalies off so that I can manually decide which goaltender goes in when, because obviously, being that they are both 89 and 87 overall, it's going to be a dicey situation if it's not handled properly. So I think even if just for this season, we're going to roll with them two and see how each of them does and which one is going to be with us long term. I'm hoping it's Flaherty, since he's the younger one, obviously, but if he doesn't play well and Shesterkin outperforms him, then it's going to be Shesterkin. As simple as that. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're pretty much just going to get right past the regular season and into the playoffs. And should we not make the playoffs, then we'll do the offseason in this video, though I hope that is not the case. So we have finished the season at 56, 21, and 5. Definitely one of the best rosters we have constructed in this GM mode. And as we take a look at the team stats, let's see how we did. Goals for per game, we were first in our division with a 3.66. Goals against per game, we were first in our division with a 2.56. So definitely a pretty good year for us all around. Power play, unfortunately, was not very good, 16%, but I guess I can forgive that with how good we were otherwise. And penalty kill, that was first as well with an 83.8. So excluding the power play, a very good year for us. 6 shorties as well. We were 26, 13, and 2 at home, 38 and 3 away, and 9 and 1 in our last 10. So going into the playoffs on a high note. And player stat wise, you have Ehlers with an 88-point performance, Keith Ho with a 77-point year, Pasta and Turcotte both with 75 points, Byfield with 70, Doughty with 54, continues to be effective, and even it is getting closer to his retirement age. He is now 38 years of age. Rissmiller with 49, Kaliev with 49, Farabee with 45. He was an absolute bargain at 1.25 mil. We are going to have to pay him this upcoming season, but that's okay. He was, for this season, he was a very good addition. Brent Clark with 42 points, Bykov with 41, Abramov with 33, Kuhlman with 32, Griffith with 24, Lockhart with 20, Whitfield with 17, Jennings with 16, Nazarov with 13, Turco with 3, and 1 from Madden and Reisner. Faceoffs, you have Turcotte with a 55.8, Byfield with a 53.3, and Griffith, he had to take some faceoffs there, 45.8. So besides Turcotte and Byfield, a little rough on faceoffs, but that's okay, I suppose. Bykov at a 38.9. That's unfortunate. Physically, no shortage of hits on this team, as usual. Keith Ho with 173. Takeaway to giveaway ratio, not as good as it usually is with him, but it was still good. And in goal, this is the really interesting part here. Shesterkin and Flaherty are basically identical. I'm not entirely sure who to go to for the playoffs. I think it's going to be Shesterkin just based off his experience. But, man, these guys are so close. Shesterkin with a 9.16 in 45 games, and Flaherty in 40 games with a 9.14. Both of them had a really strong end to the season. So honestly, we could go with either of them, and I'd feel comfortable with both going into the playoffs. Look at that, Brent Clark plus 47. We were dominant this year. We certainly had our way with most opponents. And even the guys who were minus, Turco, Lockhart, Madden. Obviously, all those names, they're just either replacement players or a would-be replacement player in Lockhart. So I'm pretty happy with the way this season went. Not many complaints. Obviously, I wish the power play was better, but that's really the only thing that we could have done better. And Keith Ho, once again, puts up a 300-shot performance on the season. That is, basically 3 seasons in a row. Yeah, right, he had 299 that one year, and then 292 last year, 303 this year. He is certainly, I would say, our Mr. Everything. He's good defensively. He gets a lot of shots. He can get assists as well. He's good for 30 goals, 40 assists basically every year, plus 32 this year. He's on the penalty kill. He can do it all. Well, besides, face-offs is a little bit different of a story. At least this year it was. But Otherwise, he's golden. And we have the Arizona Coyotes in the first round of the Year 8 playoffs. Their lines are Blais, Keller, and Radjik Singh on the first line. Second line is Sprong, Waugh, and Konechny. Third line, you have Hayton, Pikkinen, who is an 87 overall on the third line, and then Aronson, and then Nurminen, Batherson, and Rasmussen on the fourth line. Defensively, you have Clegg and Soderstrom, Gerard and Dursey, and Samorukov and D'Angelo. In goal are Gustafson and Campbell. Scratched are Wells, Lebedev, and Mikey Anderson, the former LA King. Here we go, game 1 against Arizona. Now underway. First period, nothing doing. Second period, nothing doing. Oh boy. 2 periods in and only 16 shots. Don't like to see it. Come on, get some more offense here, LA. Power play for Arizona. And Keith Ho with the shorthanded goal from the blue line, basically. And we are up 1-0. Power play for your LA Kings now. Nothing doing. Okay. Still have the lead. Give me one more, please, before the game ends. Are we going to win this 1-0? Yes, we are. Wow. Off a shorthanded goal by Keith Ho. And the 3 stars of the game, Shesterkin, Gustafson, and Ho. Alright, pretty successful game number 1. So headed into game number 2. Some pretty high expectations. First period, that is a 2-1 lead for your LA Kings. Kaliev and Farabee with the goals. And Konechny on Shesterkin. Second period, we have a 3-2 lead now. Rissmiller with the goal. And then Waugh on Shesterkin. Headed into the third period now, 21 shots to 14. Come on, boys. Been here before. And Keller with the goal, but then Pasta with the goal. He is on the board. And we win the game 4-3. And game number 2, we're up 2-0 in the series. 3 stars of the game, Farabee, Pasternak, and Bykov. Game number 3 now, up 2-0. Let's go. First period, 1-1, Pikkinen with the goal. And Kaliev with the goal on Gustafson. Second period, 2-2. Kaliev with another goal, so Kaliev is hot to start this series, and Soderstrom on Shesterkin. Shots are only 14-21, so they are shooting us. Power play for Arizona in the third period, nothing doing. They're getting a lot of shots. Halfway through the third now, nothing doing for either team. And there was a goal by Rasmussen, as I say it, of course. Do they hold on, or do we tie it up? They hold on. That's unfortunate. 3 stars of the game, Kaliev, Rasmussen, and Soderstrom. Alright, game number 4 now. First period. It is a 1-0 lead for Arizona. They have a power play goal by Keller. We're out shooting them so far. Second period. There I go. Ehlers with the goal. I believe that is his first goal of the series. And there's a goal by Soderstrom on Arizona's 19th shot of the game. Power play for your LA Kings goes nowhere. Is this game going to end 2-1? No, 3-1 is the score. Currently, 4-1 is the final score off an empty net goal by Batherson. And the 3 stars of the game are Gustafson, Soderstrom, and Konechny. So just like that, we are tied at 2 in this series. Game number 5. This is certainly a series-deciding game. Come on, please don't blow this. They have the momentum right now, but don't blow this. First period. All right, there you go. Rissmiller with the power play goal. That's what you like to see. Second period. And 2-0 lead. Okay, Kaliev with the goal. 22 shots to 13. And we are leading 2-0. Third period. Now underway. And Dursey, the former LA King, with the goal on Shesterkin. Power play for your LA Kings goes nowhere. Halfway through the third period now as Turcotte scores on Gustafson. We lead 3-1. 5 minutes remaining roughly in the third period. Do we hold on? Or are they going to have a miraculous comeback? Yes, indeed, we do hold on 3-1. We lead 3-2 in this series now. 3 stars of the game, Turcotte, Shesterkin, and Byfield. And game number 6 time, first period. There we go. 1-0 lead, 12 shots to 12. So shots are even, but the score, Keith Ho gets us on the board with the power play goal. Second period. And it is now a tie game at 1. Konechny gets the goal on Shesterkin. So yeah, this appears to be mostly a low-scoring series, so we need to make the next goal count as Keller scores on Shesterkin. Oh no, Keller again. And it looks like we might be going to 7 here. Just based off how this series has gone so far, there's usually been one team that has not been able to score too often, and in this game it appears that is us. As, yes indeed, we will lose this game 4-1 off an empty net. Actually, no, I spoke too soon. Off an empty net by Konechny. Byfield with the goal pretty much 10 seconds after. But no, it was too little too late. We lose 4-2. 3 stars of the game, Keller, Konechny, and Gustafsson. We are headed to 7. So do I try something to spark the offense here? I don't know, because this series has been all over the place. In game number 1, it was a 1-0 win. Obviously, not much offense going on there. A 4-3 win then in game number 2. 3-2 loss game number 3. 4-1 loss in game number 4. And then a 3-1 win in game number 5. And then a 4-2 loss in game number 6. I feel like it's just kind of uphill players right now. Let's see. Actually, Ehlers hasn't done much. Turcotte, he could be doing better. Pastrnak, oh my goodness, Pasternak's been invisible. He had that 1 goal, but that's basically it. Kaliev with 4 goals, he's been good. Byfield, could be doing better. I think I'm going to send Ehlers down to the second line, and I'll get Kaliev. Since Kaliev's been hot, I'll move him up with Pastrnak and Turcotte. Man, Pastrnak, you really gotta get going, dude. We're paying you $14.6 million, and you're putting up performances like this. Like, come on, dude. You have to do better. I'm gonna guess that the power play's been kinda as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, that needs to change. 9.5% on 21 opportunities. Yeah, that is very bad. Let's change up the power play. Let's get Byfield up here instead of Kaliev. I don't know. I'm trying something here. Because the power play has been the great mystery of this season. Because for whatever reason, even with all these players, we for some reason do not have a good power play this year. All right, here we go. Game number 7 against Arizona. I'm really hoping this is not our last game of the season. Here we go. First period. I'll be a 1-0 lead. Rissmiller with the goal on Gustafsson. Shots are 15-9. Second period. There you go. Abramov with 2 goals and Keith Ho with the power play goal. That is much better. Shots at 31-13. Just please don't blow it. All right, halfway through the third. Looking good so far. Goal by Pastrnak. He finally comes through once again. 5 minutes remaining. Rasmussen with the goal, but I don't think that's enough. They too little too late for Arizona, as we do win this one 5-1 and the series in 7 games. 3 stars of the game. Abramov, Lockhart with 3 assists, and Pastrnak finally has a decent game with 2 points, I should say. And we are facing Anaheim in the second round, so let's see what they're about. So they have Bertuzzi, Barkov, and Bell on the first line. Second line is Joe Strome and Donato. Third line is Gaudreau, O'Reilly, and Yip. And the fourth line, Comtois, Hala, and Hosang. On defense, they have Vakanainen and Drysdale, Bolduc and Hamilton, Gogolev and Perreault. In goal, they have Saros and Kerman. Scratched are Kara, Labrie, and Virtanen. Here we go, game number 1 in round number 2 against the Anaheim Ducks. First period. A 2-1 lead for Anaheim. Goal by Keith Ho, but goals by Bell and Jost for Anaheim on Shesterkin. Second period. Okay, 3-2. Ehlers with the goal, but Bertuzzi with the goal on Shesterkin. So, give me something here, LA. Give me something. I don't want to fall down 1-0. And there you go. Bykov with the goal on Saros. Get me one. I don't care if it's on the power play. I don't care if it's even strength. Just get one. Please. 5 minutes remaining. Don't go to overtime. Are we going to overtime? We're going to overtime, aren't we? And yes, indeed we are. All right. Here we go. See who wins it. And it will be a goal by Yip for Anaheim on Shesterkin. 3 stars of the game are Byfield, Bertuzzi, and Ho. Here we go, game number 2, hoping for a bit better of a result. Maybe some overtime luck in our favor if it must go to overtime. First period, we have there. Okay. There it is. There's the offense I've been waiting for. Doughty, Pastrnak, Bykov, Ehlers, and Farabee all with goals in the first period, and that is only 12 shots on net as well. So they certainly are not looking good defensively so far this game. Honestly, just hold the lead at this point. Second period, there's a goal by Bell, but they still have a steep mountain to climb. Third period, and there's a goal by Kaliev, so we extend the lead to 5 once more. Kaliev with another goal, this time on the power play. Kaliev with a natural hat trick, and we lead 8-1 in this game number 2, and we have a power play now. Can we convert? No, we can't. That's fine. This is more than enough. I would have preferred to spread out the scoring throughout some of these games, but you know what? That's fine. I'll take it. Kaliev got the natural hat trick. We got 8 goals in total. Turcotte with a 5 assist game. Couldn't have asked for much more. 3 stars of the game, Kaliev, Turcotte, and Shesterkin. And here we go with game number 3 against Anaheim. What will we have in period number 1? We have goal by Pasta. Okay, he's been better. He's been better lately. And Bell with the goal. Second period, you have Ho with a shorty. So that's a second shorthanded goal of the playoffs, I believe. And Jost on Shesterkin. And third period time. 5 minutes through, nothing happening yet. Power play for your LA Kings, nothing doing. Let's go, guys. Pick it up a bit. Come on. This is what I'm saying. I prefer to save some of the goals from the last game for this game. And we are headed to overtime once again. Come on, please give us some overtime luck here, game. Give us some overtime luck. Power play for your LA Kings goes nowhere because, of course, another power play. Let's go. Goes nowhere. And Keith Ho, Mr. Keith Ho, gets the goal against Saros. He has been good lately. 3 stars of the game, Keith Ho, Shesterkin, and Jost. Ho with 7 hits. Wow. Game number 4 time. Hoping for more or less the same result, except hopefully this time we don't have to go to overtime. First period, there's a goal by Kaliev. He's been good. Second period, there's a goal by Ho. Once again, him and Kaliev have been really good this series. And O'Reilly with the goal on Shesterkin, leading in shots 28-18. Power play for Anaheim to start things out. They can't convert. Power play for us now. Can we convert? Nope, because of course we don't. That is typical of us. But hey, at least we're winning right now. We're winning. 5 minutes remaining. Power play for Anaheim. Bertuzzi with the goal, not in the power play. It must have been right after it ended. Power play for us. Can't get it done. And we are once again headed to overtime. Come on, boys. Halfway through the overtime frame now. Is anyone gonna step up? Or are we headed to a second overtime? It looks like we might. We very well might. And yes, indeed we are. We are headed to a second overtime period. We now have 50 shots to 38. So the goaltenders are getting to work out. Come on, boys. Come on, LA. And that is going to be a goal for Anaheim. Ryan O'Reilly with the goal on Shesterkin. And 3 stars of the game, Saros, O'Reilly, and Gaudreau. And just like that, the series is now 2-2. Definitely not ideal, but it's the way it goes sometimes. So let's just hope for more luck here in game number 5. But you know what? Let's not rely on overtime this time. Let's end it in regulation. First period, there's a goal for Barkov on Shesterkin. Second period, come on. Playing with fire here. I don't want to... Oh, man. Third period time. I'm not going to say anything more on it. Just get it done. There it is. Quentin Byfield with the power play goal. It's a miracle. The power play actually comes through. And Keith Ho. Who else but Mr. Keith Ho? He has been phenomenal for us in this series. Not only this series, in this GM mode in general. And Drysdale with the tying goal on Shesterkin. 5 minutes remaining. Are we headed to another overtime? No. Dougie Hamilton with a goal. And power play goes nowhere, of course. And we lose 3-2 in this game. 3 stars of the game are Saros, Byfield, and Hamilton. That's unfortunate. And of course, to add insult to injury, Jacob Kuhlman goes down with a strained hamstring till May 9th. So it's not too long, but he will miss the rest of the series, I would imagine. And to make matters worse, we're also down 3-2 in this series. So we have to win 2 in a row here. As much as I want to change something, I don't think, number one, that going to Flaherty would do us any better here than rolling with Shesterkin, because Shesterkin's been great. He's at 925. And as far as the offense goes, with the exception of the past 2 games, we've been pretty good at scoring in this series. I mean, you have, obviously, 4-3 overtime loss, and then that incredible 8-1 win, 3-2 overtime win, 3-2 overtime loss, 3-2 loss. So I guess we could be getting more, but I just feel like this series is too close to call. And I don't want to try to be the hero by changing something that doesn't necessarily need to be changed. It's just, the players just have to get it done. It's as simple as that. So here we go. Game number 6. Hoping for better fortunes here. First period. Oh, LA, what are you doing? Goals by O'Reilly, Jost, and Perreault on Shesterkin after 1. Not looking good. Second period. Okay, we're back in it. We're back in it. Keith Ho with the goal on Saros, and Doughty with 22 seconds left gets us within 1. Come on, boys. I hate to keep relying on Keith Ho, but it seems like he's the only one who is going for us right now. Come on, Keith. Drag this team through the playoffs. Rhys Miller with the goal on Saros. We are tied at 3. Come on. Power play for Anaheim. Nice kill. Someone get me a goal, or are we headed to another overtime? We are headed to another overtime. Series on the line. Let's do it. Who is going to get the game-winning goal? It will be Colin Griffith on Jussi Saros, our fourth-line center, I believe that is. 3 stars of the game, Ho, Doughty, and Jost. We are headed to game number 7. Certainly a dramatic playoffs that we've had so far. I believe this is our second game 7 in a row. We went to game 7 against Arizona as well. So let's hope for some more scoring in this one, and of course, consistent goaltending. First period, that'll be a goal by Jost on Shesterkin. Shots are 9-4. You don't like to see those shots. At least they haven't gotten too many shots, but they're still out shooting us. Come on, second period. Yikes. Ho with the goal. Who else? Can somebody besides Keith Ho please step up? And then Bell and Jost with the goals on Shesterkin. Jost has been very good in this series, as is Bell. And only 24 shots to 9. 9 shots after 2 periods. What are you doing, LA? Can somebody besides Ho please step up? Or you know what? If nobody else is going to step up, then Ho, please get a hat trick. Like, please. You seem to be the only person I can rely on right now on this team. Please. Anybody? Offense, do you want to step up? No? Yes? No? Okay. Hamilton with the empty net. And that does it. Oh, where did the offense go, man? 3 stars of the game, Jost, Bell, and Ho. Another 7-hit game for Keith Ho. He is just an absolute monster in the playoffs. All right, let's see this. Who's been slacking? I gotta call out Pastrnak. He was good in a few select games, but otherwise, Mr. Invisible. Honestly, he needs to do more. As a $14.6 million contract per year, like he needs to do a lot more. He needs to be up there with Keith Ho and Doughty and Turcotte as the top point scorers on the team in the playoffs. He just wasn't. I don't know what's been going on with him lately, because he did this last playoffs too, where he only had 3 points in 6 games. He needs to get it together. And once again, it seems the only man I can rely on this team lately is Keith Ho. 58 shots, a 17.2 shooting percentage. He is just an absolute monster. He has become, I'm going to say, one of the best, if not the best, at least forward on our team, if not best skater. He's become phenomenal. Even at 2 shorties, 2 power play goals, when the power play wasn't really clicking, 39 hits. I believe that leads is tied. Yeah, he's tied for the team lead with Byfield in hits during the playoffs. 20 takeaways and 11 giveaways. It's a shame. It's honestly a shame that nobody could help this man besides maybe Byfield and Turcotte. And then, of course, Doughty got some points as well. But, man, I'm really not impressed by Pastrnak, especially with the performances of somebody like Keith Ho and like Turcotte and like Byfield. Very underwhelming by Pasta. And in goal, Shesterkin did just fine. 923 save percentage. I think it was mostly our offense, especially in that last game. I mean, we only had 9 shots after 2 periods. Like, that's certainly not helping anybody offensively. I mean, it'll help the Ducks, but not us. This team has certainly been very underwhelming ever since we got Pasta, I have to say. Because remember, we got Pasta the year after we won the Cup in year number 2, I believe it was. And ever since, he's just been... I mean, he's good in the regular season, obviously, but playoff-wise, it's been disappointing. So that being said, I think we'll end things off here, and in the next one, we will get to the off-season of year number 8, head into year number 9. We'll give it one more go. If next year doesn't work, then I think we're done here in LA. So with that, remember to hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.